A Buddha statue transported covered in red cloth.
Have you seen it on the road? It's said to prevent evil spirits from attaching, and the head and body must be shipped separately. No matter how many trucks are used, they must all depart and arrive at the same time. Even going to the bathroom must be done together. Stopping or moving alone is taboo. It's really quite eerie. I have a buddy who runs freight. He took a job delivering a Buddha head recently. The head was delivered safely, but he came back plagued by nightmares and a high fever. His whole condition was off. When I got to the hospital, his mind was already delirious from the fever. His hands were frighteningly hot, and he was gripping me tightly, mumbling Brother Jiang over and over. Brother Jiang, the axe was taken. The axe is lost. Xiaogang's wife and mother were crying nearby. No matter what we said, Xiaogang insisted the Buddha head was lost. Seeing a perfectly fine man on the verge of death, I felt heartbroken. I turned to the bot and said, "Where is the axe now? Then I'll take this trip." Xiaogang's bot is also a close friend of mine. Hearing I was willing to take the job, he breathed a sigh of relief. "Brother Jiang, it's best if you go. I'll cover the fuel costs, and all the profit is yours." Xiaogang's wife pulled me into the hospital hallway and lowered her voice to tell me, "Brother Jiang, Xiaogang's illness is strange. They left with both the head and body together. But only he delivered it." My heart sank. Xiaogang's been driving as long as I have. How could he not know the rules? This kind of split Buddha statue, no matter how many trucks, must depart at the same time and arrive at the same time, all pre-calculated. Drivers even have to go to the bathroom together. Stopping or moving alone is taboo. I had called Xiaogang's bot, Li Jiangwo. He said only the head was delivered. The body hadn't arrived yet. I thought it was strange. I figured it was a special request from the temple. Xiaogang's wife wiped her tears and said, "Xiaogang was off the night he got back." I asked him what was wrong. He said he scraped the truck on the road. The front was scratched a bit, but nothing serious. I told him to rest. Then he got a fever in the middle of the night. He kept talking nonsense. He's been in the hospital for 2 days, but they can't find the cause. I figure no one dares to take the Fushan job now. That's why Li Jiangwo called you as an excuse. I quickly comforted her, saying don't worry, the rules are many. But they're just guidelines. Xiaogang's wife nodded after hearing this. Her eyes were red. I walked out of the hospital and followed Li Jiangwo to his transport company. On the way, he confessed everything. The one who went with Xiaogang was a relative from my hometown. His name is Ling Tian. That kid only trained for half a year, and he's been clamoring to hit the road and make money. I thought the trip was short with good pay, and Xiaogang was leading him. So I didn't think twice and let him go. Who knew he'd act up halfway, calling to demand more money? I'd had a few drinks and was in a bad mood. I cursed him out over the phone. Then that kid turned around and took the Buddha body back. The biggest taboo in transporting Buddha is backtracking. Trucks returning to the city must be empty, especially with just the Buddha body. When Li Jiangwo thought about it later, the booze scared him sober instantly. Xiaogang's truck had already left. He saw in the rearview that the other truck wasn't following. When he found out it was Ling Tian's doing, it was too late to call him back. He had to grit his teeth and deliver the head first. Who knows what else happened on the road? Xiaogang, usually the steadiest driver, had scraped the truck. When we got to Li Jiangwo's company, as soon as I walked in, I saw a few old hands holding back a young man. Ling Tian, stop messing around. You really can't handle this. Wait until Brother Li gets back. Ling Tian was still being stubborn. It's just a delivery. What's so hard about it? When Li Jiangwo saw his attitude, his anger flared up. He rushed over and yelled, Ling Tian, am I being too nice to you? Didn't I tell you to go home? Who told you to come? Why can't I come? I didn't lose the truck. I'll just deliver it again. Besides, my mom told me to come back. She'll call you later. When Li Jiangwo heard this, his expression turned serious. A few old employees recognized me. They quickly brought me a stool. I waved my hand and said, first, take me to see the truck. Old Lu paused, then caught on. Brother Jiang, are you taking this trip? That's great. We were all worried no one would take it. Old Lu led me to the company's backyard. Li Jiangwo followed. Ling Tian and the old hands came along. I could still hear behind me Ling Tian whispering, who's that guy? Why can he go and I can't? That's Qin Jiang, don't you know? He's been in this business for over a decade. He used to lead convoys through tough routes. Nothing spooky ever happened. I think he's just putting on airs. What spooky stuff? He's just here for the money. Li Jiangwo turned and glared at Ling Tian. Shut up. We walked to the backyard. The truck carrying the Buddha body came into view. The statue was in 2 parts, both wrapped in red cloth, tightly secured on the truck. The truck also had red decorations outside. It was clearly washed. Then Li Jiangwo said to me, Brother Jiang, see if anything's missing. If so, I'll get it right away. We'll go with the fuel cost as agreed. All the remaining payment is yours. Ling Tian immediately flipped out. He rushed over to grab the truck. Why is this my truck? Why does he get everything? Get out of my way. The truck is mine. When did it become yours? Just as he was about to start a fight, I reached out and held Ling Tian down, asking him, you were already on the road. Why did you suddenly demand more money? Not happy with the commission? Why didn't you say so before leaving? I didn't know before. We're all family. My mom told him to take care of me, but his commission for others was several times mine. He wanted me to work for Fry. Isn't that bullying? Li Jiangwo was red-faced with anger and yelled, bullshit. You've only trained for half a year. Haven't I been generous enough? Driving is solo, one person per truck. Who told you your commission was lower? I heard it at the service area from someone. In the bathroom, someone said my commission was the lowest. Said I was working for Fry. If it were him, he'd have quit long ago. When he said that, everyone was stunned. Old Lu stammered for a while. Are you stupid? People at the service area come from all over. How would they know our company's commissions? Even competitors wouldn't know that clearly. Who said it? Did you see their face? No, it was in the bathroom. The guy was in the next stall. He told me very clearly. When old Lu heard that, his face went pale. He didn't dare ask further. Li Jiangwo heard it. He hesitated, turned to me, and tested. Brother Jiang, should I contact the temple again? See if we can delay 2 days. I shook my head. I'll go home and shower. We'll leave tonight. Xiao Gang is still in the hospital worrying about the Buddha head. When Li Jiangwo heard that, he hesitated more. That's driving all night. I looked at the Buddha body wrapped in red cloth on the truck. For night driving, just hang 2 yellow lanterns. Besides, a life is at stake. The Buddha will protect me. Finally, I had Li Jiangwo prepare a bundle of incense and a big bowl of 7-color rice. Not commonly used, but when I used to transport statues, my wife always made me bring it. Li Jiangwo arranged for old Lu to accompany me. Old Lu was scared but didn't refuse. He came with me to transport the statue. I glanced at the clueless Ling Tian, decided to bring him along. After all, he brought the Buddha body back. At exactly 7 in the evening, the 3 of us set off together. 2 dim yellow lanterns hung under the side mirrors of the truck. From a distance, they looked like 2 glowing fireflies. Old Lu was driving. I rested in the back for the first half of the night. Ling Tian sat in the passenger seat, probably thinking I was asleep. Ling Tian lowered his voice and said, Brother Li really gave him all the payment. So we're working for Fry on this trip. Old Lu said helplessly, the bot won't short us our pay. Brother Jiang took this job. You should be grateful. Otherwise, we wouldn't know how to handle this. He's just led a few convoys. What's so great about that? Leading a convoy is just taking a new route. Anyone with experience can do it. I asked around. He got screwed and lost his company. Old Lu looked in the rearview mirror and gave him a cold glare. Then do you know how the guy who screwed him died? How did he die? He died on the road the first time he led a convoy alone. His truck flipped into a ravine. They say when they found him, he was old Lu. He stopped mid-sentence. Ling Tian's face had turned pale with fear. His body was trembling uncontrollably. That route was finally opened by Brother Jiang. So don't think Brother Jiang is after your payment. He's saving you. And saving Xiao Gang's life. The cabin fell into dead silence. Ling Tian opened his mouth but couldn't say a word. Finally, he turned his head to the window in defiance and sulked with his arms crossed. Brother Jiang, don't take it to heart. That kid is just spoiled by his family. He speaks without thinking. It's fine. Young people are hot-headed. Let him see more of the world. I said it was fine. But in my heart, I thought of the deceased Gu Qing, the one I grew up with. My childhood buddy. And later the partner who screwed me over. Gu Qing died on the road the first time he led a convoy alone. That route was finally opened by me. I haven't dreamed of him since. But for some reason, tonight, I felt something was off. Someone was following me. I turned around sharply and saw outside the guardrail a man with half his face twisted, staring straight at me. Xin Zhang, I won't let you off easy. Gu Qing lifted one leg, trying to step over the guardrail, but was blocked by an invisible force. No matter what, he couldn't cross it. You can't get over, can you? I instinctively reached for my waist. A cold chill hit me. I woke with a start, gasping for air. My forehead was covered in sweat, but my hand was still gripping the soul whip at my waist. This whip was given to me by a crazy old Taoist when I was a child. When I was 12. I saved him from a ditch. You have a demon spirit but a Buddha's heart. You're destined to walk the line between yin and yang. I didn't take it seriously back then. I started driving trucks at 18, but in the end, it happened just as he predicted, leading convoys and using the whip to ward off evil. I'm over 30 now. Still paying off that debt between yin and yang. But anyway, suddenly dreaming of Gu Qing caught me off guard.
He's been dead for almost half a year.
As I was spacing out, old Lu suddenly looked nervous and said to me, "Brother Jiang, you're awake. Are you Oku?" Before I could answer, old Lu's voice trembled as he pointed outside. "Brother Jiang, look. Why are there so many people hitchhiking tonight?"
Hearing old Lu's words,
I leaned over to the window to look.
on the dim road, a dark figure stood every dozen meters.
They didn't stop cars or buses. Only targeted our truck. When we got close,
They slowly raised their hands.
"Don't mind them and don't stop. Drive steady until we reach the service area."
Old Lu gripped the wheel tightly. Sweat beaded on his forehead.
He replied hoarsely, "Oh Ku, I understand." Just then,
Ling Tian in the passenger seat woke up.
he groggily looked out the window
And gasped.
Whoa, so many people. Are they doing performance art on the road at this hour? Is there some trendy spot nearby? Old Lu and I ignored him.
But as Ling Tian kept looking, his eyes went blank, and his hand unconsciously reached for the door handle. The soul whip at my waist vibrated sharply.
I saw Ling Tian had already opened the door a crack. I yelled and lunged from the back seat. I yanked Ling Tian back hard. The door slammed shut again. Old Lu, startled by the sudden move,
swerved the wheel sharply.
The truck veered to one side. "Steady the wheel. Do you want to join them?"
Ling Tian, now in the back seat,
seemed like a different person.
his neck turned stiffly,
His eyes fixed on me. "Let them in." Ling Tian growled
and reached for my throat. I held him down with one hand
and pulled out the soul whip with the other. "Wake up!"
I whipped his hand.
Ling Tian jerked back as if electrocuted.
He pulled his hand away. He seemed to regain his senses, holding his red, swollen hand.
He was trembling with fear. Then I moved to the passenger seat. I noticed the window was covered with a gray, hazy film.
I could barely see the road.
I gripped the soul whip tightly. I tapped the window twice. "Damn it, get lost." Strangely enough,
After I tapped it,
the gray mist outside actually cleared. The truck sped past another dark figure. I saw in the rearview mirror the figure turn its head stiffly, staring at our retreating truck. I wiped my sweat.
I realized my back was soaked.
I turned on the radio to find a show. It happened to be a storytelling program about Journey to the West.
The host's voice was strange.
Someone was pinching their throat.
High-pitched and sharp.
It said Sun Wukong was trapped under 5 Elements Mountain for 500 years.
One day.
"Brother Jiang, why does this radio sound so bad?"
What's so bad about it? Don't get distracted.
Listening to stories can boost your courage.
Just then, old Lu suddenly yelled. The truck jolted hard.
It ran over something.
Old Lu, pale, shouted at me.
"Hey, I hit someone."
"Brother Jiang, I think I hit someone."
After yelling, he instinctively hit the brakes, stopping in the middle of the road. "Are you crazy? Want to die?"
Don't drag us down with you.
Then, a sharp horn and screeching brakes came from behind.
An SUV barely missed us. The driver leaned out and cursed.
"Can't you drive? Do you have a death wish?"
I stared at the rearview mirror.
The road behind was empty.
Not a single person.
I had been watching the front.
There was nothing on the road.
But I clearly felt, before he finished, the truck jolted again. "Brother Jiang, another one." I stayed calm. "It's an illusion. Don't look, don't think. Hold the wheel steady. We'll be at the service area soon."
Old Lu nodded frantically.
Ling Tian in the back was shaking like a leaf,
Cowering in the corner.
The radio continued. The sharp voice grew even weirder. "So, the Eastern Tang monk, reincarnation of the golden cicada,
with 10 lifetimes of merit,
on his journey west, inevitably attracted those demons and ghosts."
The truck jolted several more times.
Just then, lights appeared ahead. The service area sign was close. As the truck turned into the service area ramp, the figures blocking the road vanished instantly. The service area parking lot was brightly lit.
It brought a sense of relief,
But I felt it was eerily quiet.
we three got out to buy some food.
And used the bathroom to calm down. "I'll stay and watch the truck." "Oku, Brother Jiang. What do you want to eat?" "I'll bring it back. Don't worry about me."
I'm not hungry.
As they walked off, supporting each other,
I walked around the truck.
no signs of damage.
But the rear bumper was covered in dense black marks.
I grabbed a white towel from the truck and painstakingly wiped each mark clean.
Hey, buddy.
Delivering a Buddha statue in the middle of the night? Tough work. Yeah, leave at night, arrive in the morning. I turned around and saw 2 or 3 truck drivers in blue uniforms. That's really tough. We're cooking noodles over there. Come have some hot food to fill your stomach. I looked in the direction he pointed. Sure enough, there was a small electric pot next to their truck.
No, thanks, brothers.
My guys are buying food too. As I spoke, old Lou came out from behind that truck, holding a big bowl, waving at me. Brother Jiang, the food stalls are closed here. I'm eating here. Come join us. These guys are really nice. Old Lou was terrified just moments ago. How did he become buddy-buddy with them so fast? And why would the service area shops be closed? Yeah, brother, it's tough on the road for everyone. Meeting is fate. Come eat with us. I looked at old Lou. The workers around him were smiling, but their eyes were fixed on me without blinking. This place is definitely off. Hey, really, no thanks. You eat. I'm not hungry. I have to watch the truck. I turned and continued wiping the truck, but those stairs felt like nails in my back, making me very uncomfortable. When I looked back, those workers were acting normal again, arm in arm, going back to eat noodles. After wiping the truck, I sat on the step by the door and lit a cigarette, thinking to myself. The whole service area, except for us and that other truck, was empty. And the convenience store and restaurant in the distance were all dark, not looking like they were open. Old Lou went with me. Why hasn't he come back? As I was thinking, a figure suddenly burst out of the nearby bushes, crawling and stumbling to my feet. Ah, Brother Jiang, let's go. This place is wrong. Uncle Lou is gone. Isn't old Lou right there eating noodles? No, that's not him. I went to the bathroom and found there were no lights inside. It was dirty and broken, like it had been abandoned for 10 years. I ran out in fear, but I couldn't find Uncle Lou anywhere, or the way back. If I hadn't seen the 2 lanterns on our truck from afar, I would have been lost in there. Brother Jiang, this isn't the service area I passed last time. After hearing this, I covered his mouth and gestured for him to look diagonally across. Go and call old Lou back. Tell him we're leaving. If he doesn't listen, drag him back by force. Got it? Ling Tian was so scared his legs went weak. He nodded and stumbled toward the other truck. I almost fell to my knees. Brother Jiang, I don't dare go. I really don't dare not go. You want to stay here and keep him company? Go! Ling Tian was shoved forward a few steps. He gritted his teeth, summoned his courage and ran over there. Just as Ling Tian ran over, I pulled out the soul whip from my waist, slowly stood up. The floodlights in the parking lot started flickering wildly, then went completely dark. The whole world plunged into darkness instantly. Ling Tian sprinted to old Lou's side, grabbed his collar and dragged him back. I took the chance to jump into the car, started the engine the moment the lights went out. Ling Tian dragged old Lou back, screaming all the way. Get in the car, close the door. Ling Tian scrambled in frantically. Just as he was about to shut the door, another shout, Brother Jiang, it won't close. Something stuck. I looked back, saw a pale, swollen hand, clutching the door frame tightly. Forget it, both of you get in the back. Open the door. I haven't gotten in yet. Open the door. The voice made Ling Tian's hair stand on end. He gritted his teeth, grabbed old Lou, and shoved them both into the back seat. I seized the chance, whipped that hand hard, then closed the door and sat down. I floored the gas pedal. The car shot forward like an arrow. After the car had gone far, I realized this wasn't a rest stop at all, but a huge abandoned parking lot, years old. The spot we parked at read, accident vehicle storage. I quickly turned the car around, got back on the road. Old Lou in the back started convulsing violently, like he wanted to throw up but couldn't. His face turned blue visibly fast. Ling Tian, do you have any liquor in the car? Det, I think so. Find it and pour it down Uncle Lou's throat. Then get a bag for him to throw up in. Hurry, if he doesn't, something bad will happen. Oh cool, I'll find it. Ling Tian rummaged under the back seat, finally pulled out 2 bottles of Erguotu. Uncle Lou, drink fast. After downing half a bottle, old Lou threw up. But what came out wasn't noodles. It was thick, black water, mixed with mud and rotten grass roots. A foul stench instantly filled the cabin. We rolled the windows down all the way. The stench slowly faded. I drove for another hour. No more trouble on the road. When you took jobs like this before, did you ever run into things like this? No, I've never done a delivery like this before. Lin Tian seemed choked by my words. He lowered his head and was silent for a long time. Then, as if gathering courage, he asked quietly again, Brother Jiang, that voice in the rest stop bathroom, was it intentional? What do you think? I'm just mad my mom sent me out here. Said Brother Li would take care of me. From now on, think before you act.
Driving big rigs, this job gives you too many chances to regret impulsiveness. One mistake could cost you your life. Lin Tian nodded heavily. He deflated like a punctured ball, slumped silently in his seat, saying nothing. Seeing him lie that, I sighed inwardly. This kid is reckless. But his heart is in the right place. This was a lesson he'd never forget. Suddenly, red and blue police lights flashed ahead. Brother Jiang, look, cops up ahead. Looks like an accident. I slowed down, saw two crumpled cars blocking the road. A few cops in yellow vests were directing traffic. One cop saw our truck, immediately signaled us to pull over. Hello, the road ahead needs clearing. Temporarily closed. Thank you for your cooperation. How long will it take? About 10 minutes or so. Should be quick. Just then, another cop came from behind. His eyes scanned our truck, finally landed on the red cloth covering the cargo. What are you hauling? Buddha statues, delivering them to the temple ahead. Here are the transport documents. I handed them over, but the cop just glanced at them, then walked around to the back. We need to do a routine inspection. Please get out and cooperate. I found it a bit odd, but random checks on the road are common. I nodded and was about to open the door, but the moment my hand touched the handle, I habitually glanced at the rearview mirror. That one look made my blood run cold. I immediately locked the central lock. All doors locked. Looking out the window now, the wrongness was even more obvious. What are you doing? I said get out and cooperate, you hear me? I ignored him completely, reached for the key to start the engine, ready to force my way through. Seeing my move, he crawled up my window like a gecko, clawing to squeeze through the cracked window, screaming, trying to get in. Ah! God, what is that? His yell scared old Lu, who had just recovered, out of his wits again. Damn it, get off! I whipped that thing hard across the face. He fell off the window like a rag. I started the engine and yanked the wheel, shot through the gap between the two wrecked cars. I glanced in the rearview mirror. The cops had vanished. But before I could relax, the truck suddenly sank. Like it had picked up tons of extra weight. Damn, they're on the truck. Brother Jiang, something's on the back. I looked in the rearview mirror, saw the red cloth covering the Buddha, suddenly ripped off by an invisible force. As the cloth fell, I saw it clearly. A beat-up old truck far behind us was following closely. On that truck was a Buddha head with no red cloth covering it. When transporting Buddha statues, the head must be covered with red cloth and face the front of the truck. But that truck's Buddha head had no red cloth, and it faced the back. Damn it, trying to mess with me? I floored the gas pedal. The engine roared angrily, but the truck got slower and slower. Felt like countless hands were grabbing me from all sides. Brother Jiang, what do we do? The truck won't move. I think I hear something on the roof. A rustling sound, like claws scratching the metal. Old Lu, come help me with the wheel. Get the colored rice and incense out, fast. Got it. Coming. I had old Lu hold the wheel steady. I rolled down my window, whipped the roof and sides of the truck hard. With each crack, the truck lightened. Speed picked up instantly, but that heavy feeling didn't fully disappear. Brother Jiang, trouble. The incense won't light. Give it to me, I'll do it. Old Lu grabbed the incense and lighter from Ling Tian, muttering under his breath. Strangely, as he chanted, the lighter lit right up. The incense lit smoothly. Uncle Lu, hurry. But the moment old Lu stuck the 3 lit sticks into the rice bowl, they all snapped cleanly in the middle. Why did they break? Oh no, Brother Jiang, the incense was rejected. The incense broke. In this trade, that's a huge taboo. Old Lu's face went pale with panic. Don't panic, let me do it. I told old Lu to keep holding the wheel. I took the incense bowl, placed it on the dashboard in front of the driver's seat. I didn't light the incense right away. Instead, I pulled a yellow talisman from my pocket, lit it and circled it around 3 new incense sticks. The moment I lit those 3 sticks, the smoke in front of me formed into a figure. It blew hard at my incense. Mess with my incense? You're asking for it. I grabbed the 3 incense sticks and stabbed them hard into that figure. Then the 3 sticks burned up instantly. Life fast forward, turning to ash and falling. Brother Jiang, what are you doing? Nothing, something tried to blow out the incense. Get me 3 more. This time, I smoothly stuck the incense into the rice. The 3 sticks stood steady, but they burned at an alarming speed. Both of you watch closely. As soon as the incense burns out, replace it immediately. Don't let it stop. Oh, cool. The incense smell in the car grew stronger. The truck speed finally stabilized. But I saw in the rearview mirror, every time we finished a round of incense, the Buddha head on the ghost truck behind us turned slightly toward us.
It seemed to be staring at the Buddha body on our truck. The colored rice and incense are methods passed down from my master. Said if we encounter special situations, we can pray for a safe journey. But today was completely different. We only delivered the body, not the head. That's incomplete in itself. Just then, the scenery outside changed, turned into a hazy gray. The truck slowed down again, almost crawling. Brother Jung, the incense is almost gone, but the truck won't move. Hold on. I rolled down the window again, tried to lean out and whip a few more times, but the moment I extended the soul whip, my whole arm suddenly tightened, became immobile. Brother Jung, the incense burned out. It broke. He fumbled, and with the truck bouncing, several bundles of incense fell on the floor, either broken or crushed. I glanced at the rearview mirror. The Buddha head was almost fully turned, just a little more, and we weren't far from the temple. Screw it. With that thought, my heart hardened. I bit my tongue hard, then mixed the blood with saliva and spat it fiercely onto my arm. My arm instantly regained movement. I grabbed the nearly empty bowl of colored rice and incense ash from Old Lu and threw it all out the window. Everyone hold on. The colored rice and incense ash kicked up a small whirlwind outside the window. Then the truck suddenly lightened. I seized the chance and floored it. The truck shot forward like crazy. The truck that had been chasing us seemed caught off guard. We pulled some distance ahead. We lost him, Brother Jiang. We lost him. Don't celebrate too soon. Sure enough, as soon as I spoke, that beat-up truck caught up again, and faster than before. The speed we'd gained was bogged down again. Worse, in the roadside fog, those figures in blue work clothes appeared again. They stood by the road, expressionless, waving at us. Damn, I've lost control of the wheel. Felt like an invisible hand had taken the wheel. The truck skidded sideways, uncontrollably heading for the guardrail. We're done for, Brother Jiang. This is it. I gripped the wheel tightly, using all my strength, but couldn't budge it an inch. Just as the front was about to hit the guardrail, a distant, grand bell rang out. Suddenly, my hands loosened. I regained control of the wheel. Come back. A second before the truck hit the guardrail, I yanked the wheel hard. The truck stopped just in time. The front was less than 10 centimeters from the guardrail. We actually survived. After the first bell, the distant bells rang one after another, unbroken. We three collapsed in the car, gasping for air. When we came to, the eastern sky was turning pale. I jumped out and saw on the road nothing but our terrifying skid marks. Nothing else remained. At 6 in the morning, we finally, in the morning light, delivered the Buddha body safely to the mountain temple. A master named Huiman received us personally. Master Huiman, if I may ask, doesn't your temple usually ring the morning bell at 6? Why was it so early today? Our abbot specifically arranged it. He said he heard the driver who delivered the Buddha head was ill, so he had us ring the bell an hour early to pray for that driver and all travelers on the road. Hearing that, a wave of warmth washed over me. I thanked the abbot and the temple masters on behalf of Xiaogang, then went to the shrine myself, bowed 3 times respectfully toward the Buddha body. Before leaving, I was still uneasy, because I kept remembering at the last moment. The Buddha head on that truck didn't seem to have fully turned. Abbot, the Buddha head we delivered doesn't met. It was the one Xiaogang brought earlier. I feel like the incense we burned for him wasn't enough. Don't worry, benefactor. You've had a hard journey. Your sincerity itself is the most devout offering. A sincere heart can replace countless physical incense sticks. When the heart is there, the incense is enough. Hearing Master Huiman's words, the tension in my chest finally eased a lot. We declined the abbot's offer to stay for a vegetarian meal and set off on the return trip. Old Lu was passed out in the back seat, but Ling Tian, after that night, seemed completely transformed, much more composed. Brother Jiang, you sleep. Don't worry, I'll drive steady. All right. Call me if anything happens. I was exhausted too. Didn't argue with him. Just as I was dozing off, my phone rang. I answered. It was Xiaogang's wife. On the other end, her voice was filled with joy and tears. Brother Jiang, Xiaogang's fever broke. He's awake. The doctor says he can be discharged in 2 days. He's awake. That's all that matters. It's just a bit strange. He doesn't remember anything from the delivery trip. Says he had a dream all night, driving in a very dark place, and couldn't get out. Then he said he smelled strong incense, and woke up, hearing about the incense and the bell. I exchanged a look with Ling Tian, who was driving. We both saw SOC and understanding in each other's eyes. As long as he's oku, don't dwell on the rest. Let him rest well. I hung up. I finally relaxed completely. Master Huiman was right. Our sincerity had indeed reached him. The trip wasn't for nothing, but just as I was about to fully relax and sleep, Ling Tian, who was driving, suddenly said, "Huh? Brother Jiang, is there something following us?"
A dark mass. Hearing that, all sleepiness vanished. I sat up straight, stared hard at the rearview mirror. Go, shake it off fast. Ling Tian floored it. The speed picked up, but no matter how fast we went, the dark mass stayed the same distance. Not closer, not farther, it was following. Brother Jiang, it's still there. What do we do? Should I use the whip? No, it doesn't seem hostile. I could feel this dark mass following us, but it didn't have the cold malice of the previous things. It just followed quietly, like a silent guardian, or a lost child. Could it be? I had a guess, but wasn't sure. I told Ling Tian to keep a normal speed. Don't mind it. The dark mass followed us for dozens of kilometers, until we got on the highway. Then it silently turned off at the next exit, and disappeared. Ah, it's finally gone. Brother Jiang, what was that thing? Maybe it came to thank us. Or maybe to apologize. Apologize? It shouldn't have been like that. It was just being used. Now the Buddha is in place. It should go where it belongs. Lin Tian only half understood, but he wisely didn't ask further. After all he'd been through, he understood. There are many things in this world that can't be explained by logic. The trip back was unusually smooth. At the company, Li Jiangluo saw us three return safely, almost knelt in gratitude. Without a word, he transferred all the expenses and promised payment into my oat sao, and gave old Lu and Lin Tian big red envelopes. Brother Jiang, if you ever need anything, just say the word. I've got your back. Lin Tian walked up to me with his red envelope, bowed deeply. Brother Jiang, I'm sorry, and thank you. Seeing Ling Tian's sincerity, I patted his shoulder. That's enough. Learn from your mistakes. Just drive well from now on. That's what matters. I will, Brother Jiang. I'll change. It's all over now. I declined Li Jiangluo's offer to treat us to a big meal, planned to go home for a hot shower and a good sleep. But before heading home, I went to the hospital first. When I arrived, Xiao Gang was leaning on his hospital bed, drinking porridge his wife had made. He'd lost weight, but his spirits were good. Brother Jiang, you're here. Stay lying down. Get some rest. Brother Jiang, have a seat. Thanks to you this time. Brother Jiang, my wife told me everything. I really don't remember what happened on the road. Just that I kept dreaming. In the dream, lots of people tried to take my truck. I couldn't hold on to it. Luckily, you showed up in my dream later. Don't talk nonsense. How could I be in your dream? You're just too tired, too stressed. Maybe. But Brother Jiang, I feel like my truck's front wasn't scratched by me. I think I hit something to avoid it. Alright, don't dwell on the past. The truck's fixed, and you're fine. That's a blessing. Just be more careful driving from now on. I understand. Brother Jiang chatted with Xiao Gang a bit more. Seeing he was really okay, I finally felt at ease. On the way home from the hospital by TAC 11, I got an unexpected call. Old Lu, what's up? Aren't you supposed to be resting at home? Brother Jiang, something's wrong. Ling Tian seems off again. Tell me clearly, what happened? My heart sank. All sleep and fatigue vanished instantly. Old Lu, calm down and tell me slowly. What's wrong with Ling Tian? Where are you now? We're at the company. Brother Li just had him take the truck for inspection. When he drove it back, I saw him alone, talking to the empty passenger seat, with a creepy smile. Are you sure? There was really no one in the passenger seat? Absolutely. I called him several times, but he didn't respond, just kept talking to himself. Brother Jiang, do you think something followed him back? Wasn't he fine when he came back? Ling Tian seemed normal when he returned, even seemed transformed. That night's danger should have made him steer clear of such things, unless what followed him wasn't from the road. I suddenly remembered the voice that tricked Ling Tian, the mysterious voice that made him go back. Could it be him? Old Lu, listen, don't do anything now. Don't bother him. Just pretend you didn't see anything. Find an excuse to leave the company. Stay away from him. I'll be there soon. Oku, Brother Jiang, hurry. I hung up, immediately told the driver to turn around, rushed to Li Jiangluo's company as fast as possible. It seems the target from the start wasn't the Buddha statue, but us, the people transporting it. What is his real gun? Why our truck specifically? And Gu Cheng's death, was it really just an accident? Just then, out of the corner of my eye, I caught a glimpse by the guardrail, a familiar figure standing there. I whipped my head around to look, but there was no one there. I tightened my grip on the soul whip at my waist, staring at the road ahead. My eyes grew rock solid. Whoever you are, come at me. Please call. Then, the TAC 11 sped off toward Li Jiangluo's company. Lin Tian was talking to an empty seat. This was definitely not a good sign. Soon I arrived at the company. I saw old Lu and Li Jiangluo hiding by the office door, poking their heads out, faces paler than paper. Brother Jiang, you're finally here. Take a look. I followed where he was pointing. Lin Tian was sitting in the driver's seat, talking to the empty passenger seat, with a creepy smile plastered on his face. See, that's Brother Jiang, impressive, right? But don't worry, no matter how tough he is, this time, he's going down with us. Brother Jiang, what's wrong with him? There's clearly no one in the passenger seat. You two stay here, I'll go check it out. I took a deep breath and walked step by step toward the truck. What's so fun to chat about? Lin Tian turned his head stiffly, staring at me with hollow eyes, and said to me, isn't this the famous Qin Jian, Brother Jian? What? Gu Qing's death anniversary is coming up. Are you here to catch up with him? How does this thing know? Gu Qing, did it know I was coming all along? This possessed Lin Tian in front of me. Wasn't lie the things I met on the road. Its target was me from the start. What the hell are you? Who am I? I'm a kind-hearted person. I was the one who warned this fool at the service station, letting him know he was being bullied by his relatives, and I guided him to bring the Buddha statue back. Otherwise, how would you, Qin Jiang, get a chance to travel this road again? You're talking nonsense. When did I ever bully him? Brother Li, don't fall for it. He's deliberately provoking us. This thing is clear-headed and hits where it hurts. It's no simple evil spirit. Someone must be controlling it behind the scenes. You went through all this trouble to bring the Buddha statue back and lured me onto the road. What do you really want? Is it for that Buddha statue? No. That thing is a treasure. But to me, it's far less interesting than watching you, Qin Jiang, fall into despair again. I want you to taste what it's like, just like Ucheng, being dragged bit by bit into the abyss on the road you trusted most, ending up with both you and your car rotting in the mud. Tell me, was Gu Qing's death your doing? Guess. If you want the answer, go find it yourself. Western Suburbs Logistics Park, the place of Gu Qing's last job. There are plenty of surprises hidden there. After saying that, Lin Tian suddenly shuddered and collapsed like a pile of mud in the driver's seat, unconscious. I immediately pulled the door open to check on him, but the moment my hand touched the handle, a huge force burst from inside the car, throwing me back hard. Even leaving, you still try to trip me up. Once I catch you, you'll be in for it. Old Li Jiangwo, and I scrambled to carry the unconscious Lin Tian into the office. I checked him over. He was just passed out from exhaustion. Nothing serious. Brother Jiang, what the hell is going on? Is that thing gone? Will it come back for Lin Tian? It's gone for now. This time, its target is me. Lin Tian was just a tool it used. Brother Jiang, about that Western Suburbs Logistics Park. Are we really going? It sounds like a trap to me. That thing is clearly trying to lure you there. Even if it's a trap, I have to go. Gu Qing was my brother, even though he can't just die without a clear reason. I have to avenge this. Li Jiangwo got anxious when he heard I was going. I'm coming with you. After all, this all started because of me. I can't let you go alone. Besides, more eyes are better. Count me in too. Brother Jiang, back then, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have been able to scrape together the money for my wife's surgery. You gave me this life. Now that you need me, old Lu, I won't hesitate. Just then, Lin Tian, lying on the sofa, slowly came to, rubbing his aching forehead, looking at me with a confused expression. What happened to me? Wasn't I driving? Thinking about Brother Jiang. Why are you all staring at me like that? We briefly told him what had happened. Lin Tian's face turned white after hearing it, shaking with fear. He harmed Xiaogang, and now he wants to harm you. Brother Jiang, I'm sorry. Talking about that now is useless. Get some rest. Don't worry about this. No way. Brother Jiang, I'm going too. He used me as a pawn. I have to take my own revenge. Even if I die there, I'll accept it. Seeing Lin Tian's determined attitude, I nodded. After all, some hurdles he has to cross himself. Li Jiangwo drove his car, taking the three of us straight to the Western Suburbs Logistics Park. That place is on the edge of the city, once the city's largest cargo hub, but with the new city planning, it gradually declined. Brother Jiang, do you think this place in broad daylight should be fine, right? We'll deal with whatever comes. Don't scare yourself. I've asked around. This logistics park is old, but there are still a few companies operating. It's not completely abandoned. The Feta Freight that Gu Chun worked with is still there, but the owner changed long ago. Then let's go to Feta Freight. Soon, the car drove into the logistics park. We easily found the Feta Freight sign. A middle-aged man received us. He was the current owner. Looking for Gu Qing's files? That's ancient history. Oomph. Debts are cleared when people die. Why are you looking for him? Didn't the police investigate back then? Fatigue driving, single vehicle accident. But, do us a favor. We're not here to cause trouble. His family asked us to see where he last worked and pick up some of his belongings as a keepsake. Oh, no problem at all. Look at this, water under the bridge. The files are upstairs. The warehouse is dusty. Go find them yourselves. I'm exhausted. If you find anything, just put it back. I took the keys and led the three of them up to the second floor. How many years has it been since this was cleaned? The warehouse was packed with waist-high metal filing cabinets. We split up to search. Come here. It should be in here. The three of them immediately gathered around. Li Jiangwo took out his phone, turned on the flashlight and shone it inside. We saw a craft paper file stuffed in the back, with the words Gu Qing scrawled on it. Let me. Don't move. I pulled a pair of white gloves from my pocket and put them on. Carefully pulled out the file. I opened it. Besides an ID info sheet and a labor contract, there was also a freight order. This was Gu Qing's last shipment. Donghua Slope Service Area. This place has never stopped. Donghua Slope is that abandoned mountain road west of the city. There used to be a lot of accidents. Once the new road was built, no one used it. Brother Jiang, look at the client's signature. I looked closely. The client column had a flamboyant signature, Feng Yuan, and next to his signature, there was a strange-looking private seal. Brother Jiang, before you and Gu Qing fell out, there was a tall, thin guy who always hung around him, named Feng Yuan. When old Lu said that, a blurry image immediately came to my mind. That guy was indeed called Feng Yuan. He also drove big rigs, a wild one, knew some shady stuff, specialized in taking unusual jobs others wouldn't touch. Gu Qing later got into the occult because of his influence. Could the voice that tricked Lin Tian in the service station bathroom be Feng Yuan's doing? Just then, a small sticky note fell out of the file. I picked it up. It was Gu Qing's handwriting. He tricked me. This isn't a curse breaking, it's a life swap. Feng Yuan, you'll die a horrible death. Seeing the words life swap, we all gasped. Suddenly, a loud bang. The warehouse door slammed shut with a gust of wind. Why did the door close by itself? Can't open it. It's locked from the outside. Is Feng Yuan behind this? He wants to trap us in here. Don't panic. It's just an old warehouse. Find another exit. We immediately split up, but this warehouse was like a tin can. Besides the locked main door, there was only a small window sealed with iron bars. No cell signal. Can't make calls. Just then, the warehouse lights started flickering wildly. With each flicker, we felt the temperature drop sharply. Then a cold voice echoed from all directions. It was the same voice that had possessed Lin Tian. Qin Jiang, found your surprise? Gu Qing, that fool. He thought I was helping him break a curse for good luck, but he didn't know he was just a toll I paid to this road. Feng Yuan, come out. Why should I come out? Watching you slowly despair, trapped lie in a cage. Isn't that more fun? If you hadn't always acted so high and mighty, blocking my way, how would Gu Qing have died? In the end, you killed him. What do you want? Donghua Slope, midnight. You, alone, drive your precious truck from start to finish, one run. If you survive, our debts are settled. If you die there, you can go keep Gu Qing company. After saying that, the voice vanished. The warehouse lights returned to normal, as if nothing had happened. But we all knew the challenge had been issued. Feng Yuan wants to settle things with me where Gu Qing died. Don't accept it, brother Jiang. Are you crazy? This is obviously a trap. That phone guy has set up a net on that road, just waiting for you to walk into it. We can't act rashly. We're trapped here. Let's find a way out first. Let's call the police. Since he dared to issue a challenge, he won't leave us trapped here. Wait, the door will open soon. Sure enough, as soon as I finished speaking, we heard the bot cursing outside the door, then the sound of a key unlocking. I said, guys, are you going to take all day to find something? I'm about to close up. Did you find it or not? We exchanged glances, none of us spoke, and silently walked out. On the way back, Li Jiangwo and old Lu took turns trying to persuade me to give up that crazy idea. A gentleman takes his revenge, even if it takes 10 years. We can call the police and have him arrested. This is already feudal superstition and attempted murder. How do we report it? Tell the police. A voice locked us in a warehouse and challenged me to Donghua Slope. Or that my brother's death wasn't an accident, but a dark ritual called a life swap. My words silenced them. These things are beyond common sense. But you going alone is just too, not alone. Brother Jiang, I'll go with you. We all looked at him in surprise. This all started because of me. Feng Yuan used me. I can't let you face this alone, and I don't want to be the one who just screams and holds everyone back anymore. Alright, then let's go meet this Feng Yuan together. I want to see just how skilled he really is. Since we've decided to fight, we can't go in unprepared. That old fox Feng Yuan is full of tricks. I need to be fully prepared. Back at the company, the first thing I did was check my truck. Brother Li, do me a favor. Give the truck a thorough inspection from top to bottom, especially the brakes, tires, and engine. Not a single screw should be loose. Don't worry,
I'll oversee it myself. I'll make sure it's more reliable than a new one. Then I turned to old Lou. Old Lou, you have connections. Help me find a few things. First, 2 large yellow paper lanterns. The old-fashioned kind with tung oil paper. Second, the thickest bundle of incense sticks. Third, and most importantly, go to the spice market and buy cinnabar, realgar, and mugwort, as much as possible.
Got it. I'm on it.
I'll get as much as I can before dark. They went off to work, leaving just Lin Tian and me in the yard.
He looked determined, but his clenched fists betrayed his nervousness. A little scared? Brother Jiang. What do you think our chances are? 50-50. Only 50-50? Is that phone guy really that powerful? When I say 50-50, I don't mean between him and me. I mean between people and those crooked paths. Driving for a living
depends on skill, experience, and guts.
Bong Yuan thinks he can win with a few shady tricks. It won't be that easy. We believe in the steering wheel, in the gas pedal and the brakes.
I patted Lin Tian on the shoulder, took the black Soul Whip from the car and handed it to him.
Brother Jiang, is this for me?
Take it.
Tonight, you're riding shotgun. Remember, no matter what you see or hear, don't panic. If something feels wrong, use this whip and strike hard at whatever seems off.
It doesn't recognize ghosts or gods.
Only the strength in your heart. It's a tool to give you courage. Lin Tian took the soul whip. Its heavy weight
immediately made him feel much more at ease.
Time quickly passed to evening.
Li Jiangwo dropped us off at the foot of the mountain
and didn't go any further.
I've already secretly called the police. Said there might be dangerous street racing here.
The police should be patrolling soon. You two make sure to stay safe. We know what we're doing. You head back. Brother Jiang, everything you asked for is here. Please be careful. I nodded and got into the car with Lin Tian. With the roar of the engine, we officially drove onto this legendary Donghua slope. As soon as the car hit the mountain road, the air around us seemed to drop several degrees. Brother Jiang, this road is terrible. Focus. Get out the things we prepared.
I had Lin Tian hang the 2 large yellow paper lanterns
on the left and right side mirrors. The lanterns weren't lit, just reflecting the car's headlights, giving off a dim yellow glow.
Then I grabbed a handful of powder mixed with cinnabar and realgar
and threw it out the window. After doing all that, I turned on the car radio, tuned it to a channel with only static, and turned the volume up to max. Bong Yuan likes to mess with sounds, so I'll use pure noise to drown out his voice completely.
He wants to play dirty, I'll play clean. The car continued climbing. Just as we rounded a sharp curve,
Lin Tian suddenly pointed ahead and shouted, Brother Jiang, look, there's someone on the road ahead. A woman in white was standing in the middle of the road, with her back to us,
her long hair reaching down to her ankles.
She just stood there silently, motionless, incredibly eerie in this desolate mountain. Brother Jiang, is it a person or a ghost? Should we stop? Ghost or person? If it blocks my way, it better be ready to get run over. I slammed on the horn. The truck, like an angry steel beast,
charged straight at the white figure. The car sped right through where it had been.
Didn't hit anything. It's gone. Was it really an illusion? Just an appetizer. Bong Yuan's skills are just about playing tricks.
As soon as I finished speaking, the static on the radio suddenly changed.
A sharp, piercing woman's cry,
mixed with a man's terrified scream,
burst out from the speakers. Lin Tian immediately covered his ears, a pained expression on his face. Petty tricks, trying to show off in front of an expert. I grabbed the thickest bundle of incense sticks beside me, and using its rough tip, jabbed it hard into the radio speaker. Keep crying. Let's hear you cry again. Strangely enough, with my action, the eerie crying and screaming actually grew quieter, until it completely turned into a wisp of smoke, dispersing in the air. Just then, a huge black shadow suddenly appeared in the middle of the road. When the headlights hit it, we saw it was a massive boulder that had fallen from the cliff. A rockfall. Brother Jiang, the road is blocked. Something's wrong. This road has been abandoned for years. Even if there were a rockfall, it should be covered in moss and weathered by wind and rain. But this boulder has sharp edges and fresh breaks. It doesn't look like a natural fall. Qin Jiang, no way forward, no way back. How does it feel? This is where Gu Qing went over the cliff.
I specially chose this auspicious spot for you.
Lie it? I looked back and saw the road we came from was now shrouded in thick black fog, completely invisible. We were trapped on this deadly curve. Bong Yuan, after all that, this is all you've got? A rock blocking the road? Do you think I'm driving a sedan? Look closely, this is a semi-trailer. What do you mean? Still talking tough when you're about to die? Lin Tian, hold on tight. Let him see what a real truck driver can do. I yanked the steering wheel hard and floored the gas pedal. The truck roared, not backing up, but instead, heading straight for the weak guardrail at the roadside, and slammed into it hard. Brother Jiang, What are you doing? We're going over.
The front of the truck smashed through the guardrail.
Half the vehicle was hanging over the cliff. Lin Tian was terrified out of his wits.
At the moment the truck tilted. I yanked the steering wheel again, simultaneously letting off the gas and tapping the brake. The truck shot past the boulder.
I could even see in the rearview mirror Feng Yuan's face, made of black fog, twisted in disbelief. That's all you've got? And you want to do a life swap? Go practice for another 20 years. I was feeling smug, but suddenly, the steering wheel went heavy. The car uncontrollably veered toward the cliff edge. I looked down.
A black hand had emerged from under the steering wheel,
gripping the steering column tightly.
That black hand came too suddenly. I used all my strength, but could only watch as the front of the truck got closer to the cliff.
Give him something. Brother Jiang, let go. What did you say? In that critical moment, Lin Tian seemed to snap into action.
He grabbed the soul whip I had given him, and started lashing wildly under the steering wheel.
Get out of here!
With his frantic whipping, I suddenly felt the grip loosen.
Full control of the steering wheel returned. I immediately turned hard. Just a second before the front of the truck went over the cliff, I managed to pull the car back onto the road.
Lin Tian and I both collapsed into our seats,
gasping for air. Hey, good kid, well done. Brother Jiang, I did it. I didn't hold us back. Xinjiang, don't get too cocky. Do you think it's over? I'm telling you. None of you are leaving Donghua slope alive.
As soon as he finished speaking, the black fog around us began to churn violently.
The entire mountain road turned into a hellish scene of 100 ghosts parading at night. Hold on tight. We're going to charge straight to the top. Let's see who's stronger, him or my driving skills. I floored the gas pedal.
The truck roared as it made its final charge toward the summit.
Impossible, this is impossible. My parade of 100 ghosts. How could you not be afraid? Feng Yuan, open your dog eyes wide. See clearly, I've traveled far and wide, relying on my pure righteousness. With a clear conscience, nothing scares me. A coward Liu hiding in shadows dares to fight me?
The truck soon reached the flat ground at the summit,
but the moment we hit the flat ground, several blinding lights suddenly shone from ahead, engulfing us completely.
I slammed on the brakes immediately. I saw a tall, thin man standing in the middle of the road, holding a strange compass in his hand,
staring at us in surprise. It was Feng Yuan. He clearly hadn't expected the police to be waiting for him at the summit.
Feng Yuan saw the police car and turned to run.
Freeze! You're surrounded. Help! Feng Yuan was tackled to the ground by the police. Li Jiangwo ran out from behind a police car, waving at us. He had arranged all of this in advance. With solid evidence and our testimony,
Feng Yuan confessed to using feudal superstition to indirectly cause Gu Qing's death,
and repeatedly threatening
and endangering our personal safety.
A few days later, we gathered in the yard for hot pot.
Xiao Gang had recovered and been discharged.
Sitting with us,
Ming Tian had become much more steady,
bragging to old Lu about his heroic deeds that night. At that moment, I thought,
Brother Jiang had given me the whip.
How could I chicken out? I swung it around and lashed away. Ming Tian, you're so tough now? Ha ha ha.
Come on, to our survival against all odds.
And to a brighter Jinhao.
Ha ha ha.